It's hot. It really, really is. And, well, it is actually 2 minutes after 11 o'clock, Tuesday, August the 10th, and I'm absolutely elated because today, believe me, this is fantastic. We're going to the south side of Jamaica, Queens, over in New York, and we're catching up with Bria Cheri. Now, at the same time, let me welcome everybody along on Facebook Live right now. Nice to have you guys alive, along. Now, if you're going to be watching a little later on over there on YouTube, you know what to do, right? You do. Really. Sub, thumb, bell. Bingo. That way, we give you notifications and we have important people much like Bria Cheri joining us. Now, at the same time, let me do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's feature artists on Galaxy 107 FM.
Now, we're joined literally by another radio station announcer, and believe me, I'm feeling a little apprehensive because this lady is really, really good. She works for a company called KFSM Radio Net. She's the host of Radio Flavor, literally, and she literally has a song on the Galaxy charts, and I'm absolutely fascinated. Number 16. Nice to meet you, Bria.
Nice to meet you.
It is an absolute pleasure. Now, how long have you been singing?
I've been singing for a very long time. I would say, wow, it's been well over a decade, probably close to 20 years because I'm 26 now. So I started singing around like my early teenage years.
Okay. And what was your inspiration? What got you into this?
A lot of inspiration, I would say musically. I come from a music background. I have a lot of family members who were in the arts of some form. So from them, I caught the bug, from there, my grandfather was a jazz manager for some famous musicians back in the day. And so I loved jazz since I was a kid. So I would dabble into that. And then as I got older, like Aaliyah was out here doing her thing, and I loved her, and Alicia Keys and all these people just helped me say, okay, I want to be like that when I'm their age, So here we are.
Now, I got to admit, I don't often give a promo for a radio station like KFSM Radio Net. Tell me about that. What made you want to be a host, a radio announcer?
It's a funny story. I was really trying to get into a music program for college, and it just didn't work out. There was some requirements, and they always have these crazy things. So it didn't work out. So I was like, okay, what can I do that could still get me in the industry as a career and still work on music on the side? So radio was that. So I went to it's called Long Island University in Long Island, New York, and I majored in mass communications broadcasting. And so there they have a radio station, so we were able to have our own college radio show. And so I was doing that for pretty much the whole time I was there, for about 4 years. And so from there, I was just looking for something to do during the summer after I was done, and I met up with a man named Taiwan who owns this company. He was like, hey, I see, we met through a network of creatives, and he took me under his wing and brought me in, and I've been doing that ever since. So I've been doing it for, I'd say, 3 years with him now.
Well, you're an old hat at the 3 years, believe me.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you, I've been doing it for almost 40 of those, to be straight up. Sean Simpson, nice to have you back on board. I got to apologise for the quality of the last interview. Wasn't our fault, literally. Their internet was just absolute, not the best, I got to be honest. So thank you for joining us back again here. We're joined today by Bria Cheri. Now, Bria, is it right, Bria?
Bria, yes, Bria Cheri.
Cheri, okay. We're Kiwis, we sort of look at that and go, it's Cheri. Like Nina Hagen, Nina Cheri, people like that kind of thing. We kind of, call a spade a spade. Having said that, we are absolutely flipping out over Rendezvous here at Galaxy. I can't get through a breakfast show, and believe me, I've been doing a lot of breakfast shows over the years. I can't get through a breakfast show without playing your song. Tell me the secret behind your success, please.
Wow, I'm really happy to hear that it's playing there and people are loving it over there. I've never been to New Zealand, so this that's so cool to me. But it all started. It's a wonderful song. I've been working with Donnie Klein, who's an amazing singer and producer. I don't know if you watched MTV's Making the Band way back when P Diddy was doing that, and he had all these singers, competing to get signed. And so Donnie was one of the guys that got signed. And so I met up with him about 5 years ago. And so I really came to him, was like, look, I need some guidance, some artist development. And he took me under his wing and really helped me hone my sound and start recording music officially. And so Rendezvous is a single off of my second project called Silent Siren. And it's just a fun song. We put in some reggae infused feel to it. The synthesizers is like the drum. My voice really sails through, and it's just talking about being with someone you love. Like, you can't wait to be with them and have that time with them. So I think people are really grabbing onto it because it's something relatable.
I get that. I really, really do. Now, just before we play the song and officially release it here at Galaxy, I have a fan question for you. And this fan is asking, as a fan, how do we get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? But more importantly, Bria, do you respond?
I am definitely on social media. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Let me run it down. So Instagram and Twitter, it's at Bria, BRIACHERI_. So that's for Instagram and Twitter. For Facebook, it's at Bria, BRIA4 music. And so you can find me there. For the social medias. You can also find my music on YouTube, all the platforms. But in terms of responding, I do try my best to respond. It really depends on who is in the DMs and asking questions, because there's been some weird stuff that I'm just like, okay. But if it's someone who's genuine, who's just like, hey, I've had people who've messaged me just saying they love this song, they play it every day, whatever it is, and I'm like, thank you so much, so I'm always thankful, and I always make sure I thank everybody who is showing me love.
Well, we here at Galaxy absolutely love your work. We really, really do. Now, having said that, do you have a website? More importantly, do you have a merch store on your website? Can people come and buy merch from you?
Oh, that's a good question. I am working on a website right now. I do have a Wix page, but I'm revamping it. We're getting an official domain and everything. So it's coming very soon. I do have merch. I've been holding on to it. I actually had a whole rollout ready, and then COVID happened. And so we're getting everything put back together, and we're going to revamp everything. So you can expect it very, very soon. So just they can just keep in touch with me on socials.
Very cool. Well, maybe by the time we do this full interview, and believe me, I'm looking forward to doing that, maybe things have transpired, and well, you might be able to have people acquire not only your music, but maybe, koozies, t-shirts, guitar picks, all the wonderful things that are involved here, because believe me, we think you have the potential of being a superstar. We really, really do. So,
thank you.
As I said, folks, I can't get through a breakfast show right now without playing a Bria Cheri song. I got that right that time. I really, really did. Here is Rendezvous. How you feeling? You okay?
I'm feeling good. It's really fun.
Nice. Just while this is playing, I ask this of everybody, but are you a vegan?
I'm sorry?
Are you a vegan?
No.
You're a meteorologist like I am?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, the reason, Brian, that I'm asking is, and I do ask everybody this, is have you ever tried a vegan sausage?
No, I've never. Have you?
No, I just want to know if they're made of real vegans.
I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
they're
I did watch this. There was a cooking show on Netflix where this guy went to a vegan restaurant and they made like a whole vegan burger. I think it was like cauliflower or something. It was weird.
Yeah, meat that's not meat is just not meat. But I tell you what, here's a vicarious one for you, Bria. I actually was talking to a friend of mine who is a vegan. I negated to ask him that question. I got to be honest, but I did say, where do you guys hang out? The only place I ever see you is in the news. Do you go out and have a beer? Do you congregate? Do you get together? Do you make plans to, get on the news? He goes, yeah, we go to the pub and have a few drinks. And I says, so on a Friday night, you guys are out there having a few drinks. You might get a little upset with each other due to the alcohol and stuff, and you go out and have a few fisticuffs out in the car park. Do you still call it having a beef?
I don't think so. I don't think that's how it works.
If he hits you in the face, is it a slap in the chops?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh no.
Bria, you're going to love coming back for a full interview. I promise you that.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to.
So please, please, please get all of that music to Barbara later on, and we will. I'll get Barbara to set up a full interview with you because, believe me, I'm fascinated. I've been not only a radio announcer for about 40 years, but I'm also a studio and front of house engineer, and I've worked with some of the biggest bands in the world. And it's not often that I find something that I'm fascinated in. Your work, I'm right there with you. Let's go back to the desk.
Yeah, let's do it.
Bria literally is a singer-songwriter, artist, actress. Yeah, we wouldn't call it an actress. Do you call yourself an actress or an actor?
Actress, I'm a lady, but I do know that they just do the broad actor term, but
Kind of do, actually. Yeah, literally. Pianist. Now, you've been playing piano, well, forever. Pretty much, what, were you 3?
Yeah, I was 3 years old when I first started learning. I had a whole little mini keyboard I was playing.
Believe me, I know what I was doing at 3, and it was nothing instrumental at all, to be very honest with you. Everybody says I'm a born DJ, which is quite true. I was, 5 years of age, I was putting 2 stereos together and making music. But at 3 years of age, not even interested. I didn't know what music was back then, to be honest with you. So you've had the absolute luckiest start to the music world ever, really, haven't you?
It's true. Yeah. I mean, I can't remember a time when I didn't know music. My parents, they, played nothing but hip hop, R&B, jazz, like reggae, like everywhere. Parties, music, everywhere. I just couldn't help but get into it.
My problem was when I got into music, literally, and today she is the Queen of England. I've got to be honest with you, it's really happened. But vicariously, she's the reason why I got into music. Literally, she was visiting New Zealand. My parents took me to go and see the then princess, but now the Queen. And then they got invited to a private deal, something like that, bumped me off to this little area where there was a whole heap of kids about my own age, maybe a little older, all being entertained by a guy on the back of a truck playing a disco. He was playing music. I saw the reaction that everybody was having. Before you know it, I wanted to be that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
And so it's been that ever since. Bria, We do have to move on, but you very, very briefly mentioned something about, travelling, and maybe you might entertain the thought of coming down under here to New Zealand and playing in front of New Zealand audiences. Would you consider that?
Of course, of course. I want to travel. I want to come out and see everybody, New Zealand, all over the world. Like, I can't wait.
Well, I'll tell you something right now. No COVID in our community. We haven't had it for about a year and a half now. We're one of the cleanest countries in the world. We do have a few that come in MIQ. You've got to do the 2 weeks, stay mandatory. Of course, you've got to have a couple of shots as well. The little certificate to let us know that you're, completely clean. We would love to be able to talk further about getting you here in New Zealand once the borders open up to international people like yourself and show you proudly around New Zealand, do a few shows here. Possibly, let's go over and have a look at Australia as well. We have a love-hate relationship, I've got to be honest, but, well, 8 shows over there because we love their money, right?
Yeah, exactly. Money is everything.
It is. We've got to take their money. These guys can't even spell beer.
Oh, no. We can't do this. No beef.
Oh, no. Literally, they can't. Believe me, first time I ever went there, got escorted into a pub. I says, I'll have a beer. Out comes a can with 4 X's on it.
Oh, wow.
True deal. It really happens. They do have a 4X beer. You know what I mean? They also have Fosters and stuff like that. But believe me, absolutely fascinating to have you here in New Zealand. We would love to be able to do something in the near future to have you here. Number 16 on the Galaxy charts right now and climbing. So far, you have had 1,931 requests for rendezvous. Tell me,
Wow.
Can we do this again? Can we do a full interview? Please, we would love to be able to get to know Bria far, far better.
Yes, 100% yes. I would love to. It's been a lot of fun, and I want to talk about my music, talk about myself, let them get to know me more. Like, I love it. I would love to.
Absolutely fantastic, my friend, because believe me, we want to be able to bring the Bria story around the world as much as possible and play all of the fantastic music that you have. At the same time, are you releasing new music right now?
Yes, I'm actually working on a project right now. I'm almost done with it. I got one more song left to record. It's gonna be a whole new sound, so it's not too different, but I love it. I'm just so excited to put it out. It's gonna be coming out early fall, so within the next couple months. It's coming very soon.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning, and I'm hoping that you will send us a copy as well. We can catch up with that one as well.
Yep. Of course. I'm going to send it right as it's out. You're going to get it.
I love this. I really, really do. But in the meantime, we are going to have to move on, but please don't go anywhere just yet because we take a couple of pictures, stuff like that. In fact, they're crazy pictures. You'll be able to put them on your wallpaper, on your phone, show your friends, Kiwis, not healthy, don't do it. You know what I mean? At the same time, and I've got to be honest, you will get a copy of everything we do, including the video that we're making right now. Barbara's not only going to give you the raw copy, but she will give you a movie as well. She makes it into a movie. Then, the cherry on top, we're going to make it into a cartoon.
Oh, nice. Okay, I like that.
Believe me, everybody does. I've got to be honest with you. They like to watch the movie that Barbara makes, but they go back and watch the cartoons over and over again. It's fantastic. It really is. So, hang in there right now, Bria. But in the meantime, let's go out with Les Gray. Way back in 1979, I Think of You.